Welcome to the Editor Solution Center.
I'm Caleb Shoemaker, Territory Manager. I'm here with Layten Peterson, Territory Manager as well. Today we're going to talk about closing wheels and specifically our twister lineup. Layton, throughout the years, we've developed a number of different closing wheels. What do we like about the twister and how we landed with this design?
Yeah, so in the past we've had a lot of very aggressive closing wheels. We wanted something that did a good job of not only breaking that sidewall compaction, but also firming around that seed. So with the twister, we're able to do that. We're able to break that sidewall with the spike, but also has a blunt tip, which does a good job of reaching in that soil profile and firm around the seed. With that, we're eliminating air pockets, getting good seed to soil contact, and then breaking that sidewall compaction so those roots can grow unobstructed.
I mentioned our twister lineup. So that would indicate that we have a number of different wheels. We have anything from a complete poly design to a complete cast design. Layton, you want to talk a little bit about the different options that we do have?
Yeah, so we offer the twister in a complete wheel, but we also offer it in a ring. So the complete wheel, we offer it in a poly, a cast ring, or a complete cast there. Caleb, you can hold that up. We also offer a short twister. So this would be for small seeded grains, so cotton, canola, wheat, shallow depth planted crops. We also offer it in a ring. So that would be for if you had OEM wheels and you wanted to take that rubber ring out of there, you could take that out, put the twister in, and then put it back together, and that would be an economical solution to upgrade your planter.
You said we've got these in both cast and in poly.
Correct. Caleb, do you want to talk on what some of the differences on the options would be and when you might use those?
Absolutely. So when I think of our twister lineup, for the complete poly, that's primarily going to be in a conventional setting, something where we've got tilth, we've got that soil to work with. We don't need to be super aggressive. As far as the cast, it's the other end of the spectrum, where we're in a challenging environment. We need to be more aggressive, and we need that additional weight. The one thing that I like about the cast, both the ring and the complete cast, is it does a really good job of taking the chatter out of the tailpiece and giving us more stability, especially in higher speed planting situations. So I would say in a challenging situation, lean more towards the cast ring design or the complete cast. And in more ideal environment where you've got loose soil to work with in a strip till or a conventional till situation, that complete poly design is going to be a better option.
Yeah, and I've also had a lot of customers give me feedback when they're planting at high speeds. Guys who have ran both the poly and the cast, a lot of them have told me they like the cast better. I think it's just that additional weight helps stabilize that tailpiece a little bit more, take some of that bounce out, helps it ride a little bit smoother.
Absolutely. You mentioned a wheel too. When we talk about different scenarios, what about like a shallow seeded crop, like a small grain or a cotton? Is there an option for that? You talked about the short spike.
We're gonna have an option for shallow planted stuff. So basically it's the same tooth design, it's just shorter. So what that is when you were planting that shallow depth seed, we're gonna make sure we're not moving that seed, but we're still breaking that sidewall, still firming around that seed, getting good seed to soil contact. So again, we offer this in both the complete wheel or the poly ring.
So that shorter spike, what that does is it keeps us from being too aggressive on a shallower seeded crop, so we can avoid throwing that seed out of the furrow as we're going throughout the field. Another call that we get a lot on is spacing. So when we're installing these wheels, what do we want to look for as far as spacing, and how do we measure that spacing?
Yes, we're gonna space those closest point. So the two closest points of the tips, we want them somewhere between 1.25 to 1.5 inches. I would say most customers are putting those at the 1 3/8 mark. If we have these spaced correctly, we're gonna make sure we're not moving that seed, flicking seeds out of that seed furrow. It's gonna be bulletproof as far as a good solution to break that sidewall, firm around that seed, get good seed to soil contact.
Absolutely. So the twister lineup, we've got a lot of options, a lot of versatility, tailored to your specific situation. If you have any questions, feel free to call our 800 number or your local Yetter dealer, and we'd be happy to help you out and select the right closing wheel.
Thank you for joining us today. Be sure to check out our complete Yetter Solution Sitter playlist at YouTube. And as always, we're here to help you find profitable solutions for your operation. So, if you need more information or have a topic idea for a future episode, drop an email to solutions@yetterco.com.